Good morning, everybody. It is June 6, 2022, and it's a moon day. Hope everybody's excited to start off a new week. I am. The weekend was so peaceful and so quiet, and my guys had Sunday off. My guys were working 7 days a week, y'all. And then my son, who's just turned 19 in March, this was his first real job besides like Sonic and Pizza Hut. And so to work for such a young kid, to work for so many hours, it's been pretty tough on him. But anyways, so my guys were off. Everything was real peaceful and nice. My daughter's out of school for the summer. Oh, how exciting to be a mom, you know? And I know that there's moms that watch me. And, you know, I remember when I was little, and my mom would tell me, I didn't have a sibling or anything, and my mom would say, oh, I'm so excited that it's summer because I get to spend more time with you. And I know just how she feels, you know what I mean? You know, my daughter's my other half, and so it's hard, and I know it's hard for us moms, especially as stay-at-home moms that, and then maybe the ones that don't, once I started a couple years ago, my High Magic, but before that I was working a lot, y'all, and that was so hard on me. So to you moms that out there that are working all the time and that have to be away from your children, oh my gosh, I know how it feels. You know what I'm saying? Because you just want to be a mom. And so, you know, that's why I do not take my life for granted. And every second to me is a blessing with my daughter. You know, I don't have to work, thank God. Yes, I do work, but I do work. That's the thing. This is my job. I study. I do the things that I do. I don't consume sugar at all. I don't consume alcohol. I channel. People call it channeling, if you want to call it that. For me, it's just a way of life. It's just, but for me to stay that connected with my source, I have to keep the gluten, aka glutton, out of my life. So I do foods that bring me life. So fruits, fresh vegetables, eggs, I guess, just foods that are like meats. There's nothing wrong with meats. Some people are vegetarians, for me, I love my meats, but I do try to do everything on a moderate basis. For me, everything is a balance in my life. 100%, I have to be in balance in all ways. And so that's why I have to watch everything that I consume and put in my body. And that's why it's so important for me to do that, because of the work that I do. But back to what I was saying, is stay-at-home moms, and you working moms, darn it, that's what I wanted to talk about too, is because I know I have friends from Facebook and friends I haven't even met yet, but I know on Facebook, but they're like family already, and then I have some family, and they don't know. And so I wanted to come on here and I wanted to tell the truth about my whole experience. And I'm going to try to do it very non-dramatically. I kind of got my crying out this morning. I don't want to be dramatic about it. I want to come about it and as I ease it on in, what I went through. I wasn't, a little over 2 years ago, I wasn't this person. I didn't know anything about High Magic, okay? I didn't know anything about it. Never was I into the occult stuff, okay? Never. I was never into being a witch, which I'm proud to say I am today. A white witch, okay? But I didn't know about any of that, y'all. And I just want to say, I did not choose that lifestyle, okay? It chose me, okay? So for anybody that, I've always been kind of witchy. But anyways, a little less than 2 years ago, or a little over 2 years, I was just a Christian woman, drinking all the, a stressed out Christian woman. I loved God. I talked to him all the time. I was bartending at the time whenever my awakening came on. I was bartending, and I had already met him, God, that is. I had already met him, but I didn't know. So 2020 happened, the whole Corona thing. And then in 3/14, I was going through a lot of turmoil in my life. I was drinking a lot. And anyways, I was kind of having an affair on my husband, but I don't know. I didn't look at him as my husband at that time. My life was in turmoil. My husband now, our relationship was always, real rocky because of substances, alcohol, occasional cocaine use, etc., whatever. Living, period. And it wasn't, you can't even blame it on that. I can't even blame it on substances. I blame it on the demons that I was carrying around with me. And so, internally and externally. So, gosh, it's so hard to explain just how it happened, but one night I was just, I prayed a lot to God, and I always called him my main man. And one night I was just praying, breaking down, and I cried and I begged and pleased. I was just tired, and this has been over and over. And then I had a dream. It started with the dream. I had a dream. But it was a black figure standing over me, and it came into me. And then I woke up, boom, aware that I was being watched. I was in the process. I think Joel Osteen I put him on. I woke up scared to death, put on Joel. Boom. He was talking to me. Like, for real, talking to me. And then this went on for several months. Okay. But, so that happened. And then that night, a man in man form, God, I met God face to face. I knew him, but I didn't know that was God. He tells me he's God. And he says, "You're my chosen one. You are like Mother Earth." I kind of get it, but I kind of got it, but I didn't. And just still like how. But this was over 2 years ago. I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know. So I thought I was going to die. Let's put a long story short. At first, I didn't know. It was 50-50. I thought I was going to die. I thought, like the Phoenix in the movie, these Marvel movie, I thought I was going to die. So anyways, long story short, I've met God face to face. Yeah, we danced that night, two-step. He had somebody there. Anyways, I don't have to go into detail. I know him on a personal level, and, I'm here by the grace of God, literally. I should be dead probably, 10 times over. There's so many things that happen in my life. Drug overdoses, alcohol poisoning. My cats are crazy, etc. And that I've been saved, of course, but my whole life has been written to save humanity. So, and it's through high magic and love. And so this is what I sit with, and so anyways, I find this out, and then I break up with this guy. It's so weird. I'm not going into details, y'all. Anyways, it was God, and let's not, and we are friends. We do not talk to this day. I don't have to tell you, but we talk telepathically, of course, but we don't talk face to face, because we don't do that, because I'm in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, and I don't have to explain, and he doesn't have to explain anything to anybody, but I'm here for a reason, and I'm here to pass on the word of high magic. So my childhood best friend, about a month and a half after all this, brings this into my life, Golden Dawn magic, on a dark, stormy night. And it was beautiful, and I wore this shirt in honor of my papa. I'm gonna look up my nose. In honor of my papa, because you know, I've seen things and I know things, and this is this, you know, and he's, you know, mi familia. And this is, you know, UFOs and aliens and stuff like that. And more of that's going to come out. You know, I don't know to them to be little green-faced guys, and maybe they are behind the scene. I don't know. But I know God was a man, and for me, and it's a weird, very weird. And he's proud of it. Very weird man. But very cool. Very loving. Compassionate. Kind-hearted. Loves his guns. Loves his guns, okay? Loves his guns, and is a conservative and believes very hard. He's got a lot of money, but he doesn't show it. Of course he's got a lot of money, but he doesn't show it. He lives very, 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 very simple, okay? And I don't talk about this with anybody. This is very hard for me to talk about. Can y'all tell? I'm just having to push it out. I don't talk about this shit with anybody, and I want y'all to understand that I am telling y'all, to my friends, to people that don't know me, what has happened to me the past couple years and why I'm sitting here teaching high magic. I had no idea. I had no idea nothing about high magic. I didn't know anything about no golden dawn. My grandfather was a Freemason, okay, and big into the Freemasonry, and he was a World War II soldier. And he fought, actually stormed the beaches of D-Day, Normandy on D-Day. So, but I don't know, you know, all details and stuff like that, and I don't care, really. I don't. I'm just here to spread the word, spread the gospel, spread what he's done to me in my life. And I wish I could show you just a picture from back December 2020 when I was guzzling alcohol like a fish and eating carbohydrates, eating a ton of sugar, you know. So I'm not even the same person. You know, I've lost 50 pounds, you know. Yes, I cut that stuff out of my life, but, you know, and it wasn't always easy, and I still have issues. I have stomach issues, y'all. I have to be very careful what I consume, you know, very careful. I get nauseous at certain smells, like my body picks up. That's why I can't consume alcohol. It's poison. I don't consume gluten. It's poison. And I don't know about for everybody, but I speak for me. You know, I don't consume sugar. It was a bad addiction for me. I gave that up at all. I do not use melatonin. I do not need it. I do not take ibuprofen. I do not take any of that stuff anymore. I do not put man-made chemicals in my body. I do smoke marijuana medicinally, and I've said that in my previous videos, but I use it moderately, medicinally, and spiritually, okay? Hey, we all have to have a vice. Somebody said you can't be 100% pure, and I totally agree with that. You can't. You don't want to be. We're living in this world, earth, to enjoy it, but not take advantage of it. And that's why everybody says Americans are very entitled. But, you know, hey, it's not their fault. You know, it's just the way that they're supposed to be right now. But things are going to change. Magic's going to come out. Magic's going to take over for some, for a lot. And then it'll just continue on. It'll be a mainstream thing. You know, which is a good thing. You know, people will see that the Bible is just a book, you know, and you cannot take it real literally. It's like anything. There is some truth, but there's a lot of lies to it. And it is like anything. You can watch a movie and find as much truth to the world as you can the Bible, okay? And I'm telling you, watch the Marvel movies. You know, you'll find truth in them, just like you will the Bible. You know, that's the world we're living in right now because everything has been falsehood. But it's coming out. It's coming out. Things are slowly but surely coming out. And that's why, for me, I just stay away from the media and all that. I don't have nothing to do. I laugh. The Johnny Depp stuff. I love them. I think they're hilarious. You go. Great acting. You know what I'm saying? I love them. They're adorable. My bias. You know what I'm saying? So don't judge either. Don't judge them, and don't judge Amber either. You know, he says that. But you know, and so that's what, you know, in the world, it's bad energy. So bad energy attracts bad entities, and so that's what's going on in this world right now. I wrote down a few things because sometimes I forget work it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I am going to talk about the QC. We're going to go over that because it's very important, and I don't even know, because most people aren't doing what I do. And so the QC is something that I feel like everybody should be doing the QC. I don't care who you are. I think everybody should be doing the QC because it brings so much light and love into your life. When I first started, so like let me get back to what I was saying, y'all. I'm sorry. I get to rambling and I get to talking, and then I forget that I was talking about something, you know, but I was telling you my story about, you know, so after I met God face to face, and I was gifted my HGA is what it was on 3/14/2020, 2 or 3 days before the world shut down. I think it was 3 days. And I was gifted it, and that's why I woke up aware and awake. Kind of like Eckhart Tolle, the same thing. You know, so some of us, yes, are gifted. We're star seeds, and we're here to change the world and bring in the age of Aquarius. And he's going to start, you know, I see friends around me, you know, that were one way, and then now they're, you know what I'm saying? He's awakening people slowly but surely. So he puts people like me and others, you know, in your life to slowly. It's a trend, and it trickles down. Energy is contagious, and I'll say that 1,000 times over. Energy is contagious. Energy is, like, when you're cooking and stuff, don't cook all pissed off, dude. Go meditate first, then go back. I do everything I do. I look at it as I'm putting my energy or my magic, my chi into things. You know, I put them into my food. I put them into the rooms that I inhabit. You know, they say do only magic in one room, one spot. Man, let me tell you, baby, all right? Let me tell you, and all these magicians, I love you guys, and they're mostly single men with no kids, and I haven't missed a day at temple in 9 months. Hey, buddy, good for you, dude. That's great, but some of us have families, and my family comes first. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's another reason why God put this in my life, is to show people that, look, I was a stay-at-home I was a working mom, I'm sorry, but I had been a stay-at-home mom before. You know, I've been everything, you know, server, bartender, a waitress, bartender. I've worked in retail management, food management, you know, fast food, etc. But through my awakening, I was bartending at the time. It was really, the alcohol was so bad, y'all. I mean, I was drinking shots of vodka at 9 a.m. You know, I was really addicted to it. And I didn't know if I would ever get out of it and how it would happen, you know. But I never got, but this is the thing. The good thing about magic is it never was a DUI or a get out in trouble. No, I was a functioning alcoholic. But the way that magic, once I started doing it, it just gradually, like, moved it out of my life. Like, it weaned me off of it without me even knowing. Like, I needed it, and then I didn't need it, if that makes sense, and slowly more and more. And so that's how good the magic is for us, because it looks out for you, because it has respect for you. The angels, it's the angels, and they have respect for you because you want to do the work, because you want to change, because you want to do better. And that's how they know your intentions. They're right there with you. And they showed me that this morning, because I was thinking, you know, I was doing some ritual work, and in my ritual work, I was thinking, you know, everything, because I hear people say, you're doing this only for things inside of you, but or you can be doing it for, but I look at this work as it's always as above, so below, as within, so without. I'm doing this work for angels inside of me, and my because I am awakening my goddess inside of me every day. I am unfolding every day. I wake up and feel more alive and more beautiful. It just, not my looks, but my soul. You know, because I'm purifying myself. So therefore, when you're purifying yourself on an internal level, you're purifying yourself on an external level, so it starts to shine outwards. I used to wear foundation and powder and all this highlighter, dude. I even stopped putting the highlighter on my nose. I didn't even put highlighter on today. Sorry, I get excited. Just a blush, and I love my mascara, but that was it. Like, you see what I'm saying? It slowly weans you off. I went from all the makeup, and I went, you know, hey, just a couple weeks ago, I was putting highlighter on. Hey, look, this week I'm not putting, you see, it's the little things, just like it removed the alcohol. I'm going on 6 months without alcohol, okay? You know, 9 months ago, I removed the sugar. Yes, I've had fuck-ups. Excuse my language. Yes, I've had screw-ups.
But those screw-ups only taught me. So I'm like, I'm grateful for those screw-ups, because now, 9 months later, even my little screw-up last month with my cousin, and she knows, I was like, ask her. I thought I was pregnant. And even ask her, I was so sick and tired. But see, that was kind of going on before the donut holes. But I'm not going into that. My body's weird, y'all. It does things. So, that's so important to what you are consuming. You don't go you don't take a flower and feed it sugar and expect it to grow. No, you give it water. You give it nutrients. You give it love. What is sugar going to do to a flower? Kill it. What's alcohol going to do to a flower? Oh, burn it. Y'all, and I hate to keep saying this, but the troubles come from bad energy attracts bad entities on all levels. Bad energy inside, it creates bad energy inside, and it creates bad energy outside. So you're dealing with internal spirits and external spirits when you go screwing with alcohol. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Disclosure. And that's just, and I don't judge it. I don't judge it, because I know it's needed. I know that sometimes it is needed. But at the same time, sometimes it's needed that stuff needs to be cut out. So just saying. Yeah. I want to talk a little about repentance, and repentance is important. And it's not something you should be ashamed of. I kind of was in the past ashamed of repenting, but repenting is important. All it's doing, and this is what I do it a lot during the day, because my thoughts, I get frustrated, especially when I go out in public and I'm dealing with humans and the way that they are sometimes, but I get frustrated, and it's my patience. I'm working on that. And so I have to repent for my thoughts, and I do that. I repent for my thoughts, and sometimes my mouth too. I'm honest Robin, and I sometimes say things that I regret, and maybe it's me, and I don't even think God cares. He doesn't. The things that I'm, but it might not even be bad, but to me, it's like, I just need to be kinder. I just need to be more compassionate, more kinder, more compassionate. That's how I feel, and I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress, and that's why I say I don't care. Nobody can ever say anything about me or for me or anything, you know what I'm saying, that would ever offend me or bother me, because I am my own worst critic. You know what I'm saying? I answer to God, and I don't have to worry about nobody else. He chose me. I chose you. He chose me to do this job, and I'm going to do this job for him. I will do this mission, and with bells on. That's my buddy. He's my buddy. He's a good man. I respect him, and that's why he did that. He wanted me to have that relationship with him, so I knew what kind of person he was. And I respect that. Could I not breathe and understand what was going on in my life for about a year and a half? About a year. I thought I was going to die. I thought my mission was not going to be here on earth. I thought that he was choosing me to go on to the other side. What do you think when somebody tells you, I choose you? You're like, mother. And this is all, I thought, but now I understand that was me working the tree of life too. That was Hokmah. That was Father Hokmah. Putting the fear of God into me. So, I get it. Face to face, God face to face. Isn't that, it's cool. It's, my kid, it was my HGA, and then boom, I went, hey, mine has started. I can't, this is the thing. The system of it for me is different. So the system that I'm showing y'all is something that, yes, I've had to work to, but I had to work to find out who my HGA was, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah. So yeah, repentance. Repentance is important, because he wants you to repent because it's our souls need it, because we are so to him up there that's why we need it down here. That's why we should be like that down here. And if we
think something out of, dude, if you're thinking something like, oh, yeah, you need to be like, oh, God, forgive me. Yes, you do. You should be repenting. If you are looking at somebody and rolling your eyes just because they look a certain way, then yes, you should be saying, oh God, I'm sorry. Yeah, you need to be working on yourself. Sister, brother, or even, a guy looks at another man and be like, oh, or even, I'm still working on my husband. We were somewhere the other day and his voice don't sound. I'm like, negative Nancy, dude, but dude, I love him anyway because that's how God tests my patience. That's what he does. He tests my patience. So, in every which way. But I'm grateful. It's a state of mind. It's a state of mind. I go just to go to the store and I freaking put my debit card in the machine. Half the time it doesn't work. I don't know if it's my energy screwing the machine up or if it's my angels just messing with me to test my patience because they're working on me. Well, whatever. I don't care. They're my friends and we laugh about it in the end. You know what I'm saying? And I always learn something from it. Always. Another thing I wanted to say is, so, when you're doing this, work, and even when I first started doing this, my subconscious already knew that I wasn't only doing it for me, I was doing it on the earthly external level. And so when you're doing this work, even when you think you're just doing it for you, you're doing it for the world too, because when you're doing the QC, just this simple little 1 or 2 minute prayer, you're bringing that heavenly cross, and that's the cross. You're bringing the heavenly light down and you're bringing it into a cross over into the earth and through the universe. How much more beautiful can you get? Could you imagine if everybody in the world was doing the QC? How much light we would bring into the world? Can you imagine if we would get together and everybody could unite? This is one of my dreams. Not even a dream, a goal. Everybody unite and just everybody do the QC together. How much light we would bring into the earth, into Mother Gaia. These are my thoughts, and so I get excited and I get passionate because I know that God's doing big things. Obviously, because again, like I said, I didn't choose this. I didn't know. I didn't have no friend. I had one childhood friend and he did it and I didn't even know he was into magic until I didn't even know. And I've known this dude since I was freaking 13 years old. My best friend, dude, growing up. I didn't know he was into this shit. You know what I'm saying? Until 2020. Until a month and a half, a couple months after my awakening and I met Papa. And I do want to say that your diet again is everything for me, but for most, glutton again, and again, we are like a flower. Feed it nutrients, feed it water, I eat maybe a little bit too much cheese. You know what I'm saying? But I recognize this stuff. And I know I'm working on these things, I've got vices too, but I will not consume. I do, let me say, now life doesn't have to be so boring. You can get sugar-free candies there, and this is not for everybody, okay? I'm talking about people that might need it because everybody's different. Everybody is different, and I can't stress this enough, okay? We've got women or men that can eat and not gain a pound. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So I've got to bring this back and say, okay, moderation is key. Okay, so I don't care. So that's not an excuse just because you're 120 pounds. It's not an excuse for you to just sit there and gorge on candy. You know what I'm saying? It's a moderation in everything. Yes, you might have to consume carbohydrates. Okay. For me, I cannot consume carbohydrates. If I do, very moderately. And I do moderately. I consume them, but very moderately, okay? My main thing is the gluten and the sugar, okay? And alcohol. Gluten, sugar, and alcohol. That's for me, okay? And I do believe, I know in my heart that alcohol is not a good thing. And that I don't think hey, enjoy your alcohol, but at the same time, moderately. But if you have a drinking problem, then yes, you should definitely cut back. And that's the good thing about the magic.
it is so individualized that it will, for me, it had to remove the alcohol altogether because I'm an example for the world. Okay. But for others, it probably wouldn't do that. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I can't, because if this is, you're unraveling who you were. So this is, I'm getting more in tune with my ancestors, and thank my hubby for showing me this guy on Facebook. I was like, he showed me this, and this guy's like super muscular, and hey, I don't judge. I used to judge I don't judge him. He's really in tune with his ancestors. So he's got these big muscles, and he just eats all that. But dude, how cool is that, dude? He's like, he channels his ancestors, so he eats really healthy. So it's who, we don't know who were we in the past? Who were our souls? We are awakening our ancestors. My ancestors was a god, and so, or is a god. And, so I'm awakening my goddess, but like I said, this work is so surprising. It's like one of those dinosaur eggs where you don't know what you're going to get, but it's because it's such a beautiful thing. It's all positive. And that's why I'm here to show y'all, because y'all, I was so scared. You don't even know how scared I was, y'all. I cried because I didn't know. Okay, I had the awakening. Then I have magic brought into my life. And then I'm like, dude, is this bad? Is this satanic? What am I doing? I had to fight it on all levels. I didn't know anything about Damien Echols. I didn't know anything. I had not looked up the LBRP on YouTube or all that. I don't even know if that was around then 2 years ago. I'm sure it was, but I didn't know to do that. I was all on my own. My best friend had left, went to Colorado, left me there. All I knew was barely how to do the LBRP, and I had the names written down. I didn't even know the names. I didn't know what they meant, nothing. None of that. So but I knew at the same time, I knew it was right. It was the little things, the rainbows after the banishing outside, Well, birds, everything follow me and everywhere. And it was just everything that I've been through. I've been to mental wards and, angels following me and stuff. But people thought I was crazy, but I wasn't. I wasn't crazy. And this stuff was really happening, and, and because of those things that I know what I know, I've seen energy and I've seen it. And, I've seen a lot of stuff. And, and that's the fun thing about this work, is that you will too. God will reveal things to you on a daily basis. It's like, I love going to bed, but I look forward to waking up. Every morning, here lately, I've been up at 2:30 in the morning, but I get about 6 hours sleep and I'm wide awake. They say the Kundalini rising. Well, it's pretty much the same thing, and you can get these, side effects from yoga and stuff like that. But I don't know. I can't speak on any of that because I don't know anything. I try to speak only from experience. My next video, I am going to be doing the hexagram ritual, which is this is really important. So if you've been doing the LBRP, y'all, for the past 6 months, if you've been real consistent with it for a few months, then, you can move on to the hexagram ritual, if your soul feels comfortable with it. And so that's my next video, is going to be the hexagram ritual. And that's what really ramped it up. I didn't start the hexagram ritual until about 10 months ago. And that's what enabled me to cross the abyss. And then after that, things started happening very rapidly. After that, I learned the hexagram ritual. Then I learned, because with the hexagram ritual, I had to learn the LBX. So it was kind of like learning two things in one. And if anybody on my LBX video, I want to go back over that again. I feel like I just didn't do a good job on it. I don't know, maybe I did, but anyways, and I will go back over that again, of course, with the hexagram ritual video. But like I said, that's what really pushed me into crossing the abyss. And after that, things just started falling into place. If you haven't read Damien Echols' High Magic, that's a really Angels and Archangels is another good one too. Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. The only negative side effects that I've had from the high magic and from alchemicalizing my body, my blood, and my DNA, because that's what you're doing through this. You're alchemicalizing your body, you know, and you're into spirit form instead of man form. And yeah, so I get nauseous real easy. It's I have to watch everything I consume. I don't put alcohol perfume on anymore. I just use essential oils, but I'm even careful with those in my home because my kitties, so I don't even put them in the air. You know, incense, I have to be real careful. You know, I smell alcohol. I'm like, you know, there's no way I could consume 1 drop of alcohol on my tongue. I'd be like, I'm just kind of funny like that now. Real sensitive stomach. I can't eat. If I eat sugar or anything, I'll crash for several days and just want to sleep. So that's the bad side effects from it. But other than that, everything's been amazing. My life is in order in so many ways. Yeah, I've had to fight demons internally and externally. In my last home were the external. And once I got here, all my demons were left there. You know, they were. Well, really, they were gone by then. That home should have been pretty cleansed. Well, that home was cleansed by the time I left. But, you know, it hasn't been easy for me my whole life. You know, I came from drug-addicted parents. You know, I didn't always have my mom there for me, my mom and dad there for me. You know, I grew up at a really early age at 13. You know, I was a mom. I had to be my mom's mom. So, you know, but that's okay. Now, once all that happened, and he, you know, he told me that, and then it was like, and, you know, then everything made sense, you know, and why I've had the life that I have, and why I've had to go through what I've had to go through. Again, sporting my t-shirt, props to my UFOs. You know, I haven't seen them real close up. It's been a while, but not real close up. But I'd love to. But I hear that they're going to start coming out more and more with a showcase. You know, bringing them out because they don't want to scare people. They love us, and they don't want to scare us and freak us out and stuff. So it's something slowly but surely. You know, because it can be a scary thing. Change is scary, and they know that, and they love us. We're their BBs. You know, we're their babies, and they love us. They don't want to scare us, you know. Sometimes they have to, but it's all in love, and it's all we learn things from it, you know. If you look at things that happen to you, like car wrecks and stuff like that, if you think about, what could that have happened to, you know, maybe I wasn't grateful enough for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, things like that happen for those kind of reasons, and I don't set the rules. It is what it is, you know. When your energy's bad, you attract bad entities. Let me just put it that way. And it's facts, 100%. You know, I think I've run my mouth enough today. Oh, we're going to close out with the QC, all right? And I do have a video on that. And this is very important. And I wish everybody would do this every day. But I can't think like that, you know? I mean, they tell you don't think like that, you know? But what am I supposed to think, you know? Hey, I can think positively, right? All right. All right, y'all. Standing on Mother Gaia. Grounded. Grounded to Malkuth. Mother Gaia, that beautiful green essence below our feet. Touching our feet. And touching the ground. Pure healing energy. Right? Now we're going to see the beautiful, giant, brilliant diamond light above our head. It's just a ball of glowing, brilliant, sparkling energy. Some people use it as a healing stone. It's source energy. And God gives it to us. So we're going to grab it with our 2 fingers, our sword mudra. Touch it. See, it's swirling above our head and clockwise like a small plate. We're going to grab it. Grab that light and bring it to our forehead and vibrate. Ato. And that light is going to fill our minds and down into our neck. So slowly move down our body. We're going to bring it through our body, through Tiphareth, down to Malkuth. We're going to see that light go all the way down through our feet, down through the earth, through the bottom of the earth, all the way out to the end of the universe, however you imagine that to be. Malkuth. Now, I started bringing the light down to the groin for the first year, and then now I do it in the chest. Malkuth. Shine that light all the way down through the earth. Heart is where it's all at. Hey, and if you're having it, try to put your focus to your heart. Breathe in and out your heart. This is where all your power lies. This is where all your power is from to get into your meridians and your energy system. This is why I tan a lot. I charge my Tiphareth center. While I'm doing that, I focus on compassion. So I bring a pink and a yellow light and make it a rose gold. So I try to make my aura rose gold, a compassionate, loving light at all times. We're going to bring the light over to our right shoulder. Gabora, Mars. Right, we're going to bring it, Gabora, to the right. Take that cross all the way out to the right, to the end of the universe. It will circle back around. All right, we're going to take the light to the left shoulder. Vegadula. Hesed. Vegadula. Take that light all the way out to the end of the universe. Then we're going to bring it in for the Amen. Leolam. Amen. And when you bring it in, picture a hexagram in your chest. Star David. Bright. As bright as you can. I always like to bring in that love and compassion. It's just so beautiful. How could I not want everybody to do it, you know? But anyways, that's for another time. I love y'all. And I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will be back next week. And we're going to talk about the hexagram ritual. We'll go into a few details about it. And we'll go over the LVX again. All right? I love you, my angels. I hope everybody has a beautiful, blessed moon day. I've got errands to run. I got house cleaning to do. Ugh. I'll get it done sometime today, though. I don't stress those small things. Ladies, don't stress the small things. You know, put yourself before housework. Okay, I want to always say that. Put yourself before your housework, you know. All right, that you can always get that done later. Unless your house is a real pigsty, then go clean it up. Just saying. All right. I love you. Have a beautiful, blessed moon day. I'll see you next week. Bye, my angels.